Let's see. In attendance is myself, Thomas Zavala. We have Mark, Tony, Joe, and David, and we have William online there. And I think that's it. Other than that, I'm just seeing lights, overhead lights. Oh, and like a fool, I didn't even have the schedule up there. The
agenda.
Yeah, the agenda. Let me see. Awesome. And at least I'll have it on my phone here too. All right. So that was the call to order, quorum call, secretary report.
Okay, did everybody receive it?
I did.
Okay, can I have a motion? David moved.
I'll second. All in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Let's see. Treasurer's report. I did get that this morning from Tony there. I could pull that up too, but I have a feeling you'll pull it up on the screen for us, right? Of course, my cat is deciding to dance in front of the camera. There we go. These snooze that.
Okay, so we did get our $200 back from the county.
Yay.
All right.
And we had 868 paid dues. We now have 71 members. The only expense that I paid was the turn up with fees after whatever it is, $7 46 for 1 month. So
Your audio's illegible, Tony. I didn't hear what you paid.
I think I actually might have to pass this to you. Go with this.
Okay,
Well, the other
William,
thing is
what
that
was
other
that?
device. The other device needs to get muted.
What I guess your computer is muted, so the mic you have hooked up right now, that's just muted.
Well, I know this is muted.
Yeah, but there's some other device that is not muted, and that's why I can't really hear you guys. Because the audio is coming through both.
I can't hear William very well. Why can I not hear William? Okay, so if I were to turn up the TV volume, we would get feedback into this mic. Oh, I know it'll work, but I know it's going to give us feedback. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, William, can you repeat your last statement?
Yeah, I said I couldn't hear what you paid because I was getting that echo because there's 2 microphones on.
Okay, how are we doing now?
Oh, the audio is great.
So we can hear each other. Okay,
Yeah, so if you just,
apparently
I think you can park that microphone in the middle of the room and we'll be able to hear everyone fine.
Okay. So is this the only microphone active?
It should be. This other one is.
Leave it off.
Yeah.
All right, audio
Thomas,
check.
doesn't that kit come with 2 microphones?
One's the receiver, one's the mic.
Oh, got it.
I can have it be a receiver and a mic at the same time. but
Why are we again getting echo?
yeah, I have no idea.
Because you've got the microphone through one DSP and the speaker through a different DSP.
Here we go.
Now, the only way to fix that is to put the microphone through whatever computer is driving the TV.
Gotcha. All right. So if we disconnect the two doors, it should stop this.
Okay. Well,
Should just come up. Mute. How's this sound?
Good. Now I'm gonna turn up the volume.
Yep. Let's give it a test.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Sounds better, yeah. Okay.
The audio.
That's all right. I'm hearing Thomas just fine. I'm
Yeah,
assuming he
I got
has
the
that
mic right
microphone.
there, man. At least it's not feedbacking now. That's good. That's
Yeah,
that's a
so
start.
when the microphone and the speaker are on the same DSP, it can do echo cancellation. If it's on different DSPs, it doesn't know to do the echo cancellation.
Gotcha.
Okay, got it. Thank you. I'm switching back to the treasurer's report. Is my audio okay, William?
Yeah.
Cool. I will move this back to the center of the room when you're done with the report there.
All right. So I was just saying that I only paid for 1 month worth of Google Meet. That actually happened on accident. I had intended to pay for the whole year, but didn't get to the interface quick enough, and they just charged me for 1 month. So that was the only expense. Any questions on the treasurer's report?
So looking at the treasurer's report here, I see that the general fund is at 762.07, and our actual is 971.32. So does that mean that we are running at an excess for the general fund, as in we have collected more than we will spend for the year?
Yes, at this point, looking at what we've spent, we have collected more than we have spent.
Okay. Well, and not by a huge margin, but I'm glad that we are we're on track. So I just want to make sure I was interpreting that correct.
Yep. So actually, the general fund balance there basically represents cash that we have available to spend if it's not out of any of the other funds. So, for example, if we paid for equipment insurance, that would come out of the general fund. Whereas if we bought a new repeater linking device, that might come out of the infrastructure. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, I mean, that tells me that we're, sort of a net positive of 200 for the year. So, I mean, we're comfortable. That's really what I was making sure.
Yeah. Yep. We're still net positive.
So I move to approve subject to audit. The recording wouldn't have caught who seconded. Who seconded that?
David.
Okay.
I didn't have my mic, William, but I've got a mic now.
There we go. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure for Joe's recording that for the minutes that it was captured.
Good. Yeah, as long as everything gets transcribed. Yeah. Make it easier for you too. All right. So we're moving on to committee reports. Digital systems. Absent.
He's over there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he's walking his dog.
Yeah.
It's all right. So I can tell you that there's nothing to report for digital systems for the past month.
Gotcha.
And I'll go ahead and declare that for voice repeaters. I haven't even been on island, so I haven't held a meeting or anything.
Okie doke. Well, we can move on down to education and outreach.
Okay, I can do a quick update. July, we did our usual participation in the siren warning net and Mauna Kea repeater test net. And we recommitted with the Hawaii Museum of Science and Technology for the balance of this year and halfway through next year, the school year, basically, for the coming season. And I've attached or included the schedule. It's a tentative schedule, but it's included in the report, the written report. And August 20th is our first engagement at the Keau Elementary School. We're having a science fair, so we are planning on attending that, participating. And that's about it. There's future considerations on engaging broader sampling throughout the community, but more to come on that. And Doug Wilson's training classes are scheduled for August and into September, a number of engagements there. So that's it for the Education and Outreach Committee.
Great.
Any questions?
Oh, I have your report there too. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Thank you for continuing all
Well,
of that.
it's thanks to Mark, Joe, and all the other recruits on the team that make it all work. So it's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's how are the youngins picking up on things? You think they're
Yeah, I just got an email last night from the YMCA saying they appreciated their participation. I'll forward that to everybody. It's yeah, and looking forward to next year.
awesome?
So we've got the re-engagement with the science and the history and science museums.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, that's what we need. Further outreach, or the further you reach, the more
Yeah,
they'll get into it.
and we're open to engaging with anybody in the community or any groups in the community.
There were a few groups that I'll reach out and I'll make it an email that's available for everybody. But
Yeah.
let me make sure they're serious about actually having you guys sit down. I don't want to waste time,
No, Pretty good.
Other than that, all right, so past education and outreach. Joe, operating activities.
Okay, for the CQ Worldwide Single Sideband Contest coming up October 26th. We're looking at the Waialoa State Park Wedding Pavilion. It can hold 30 people. We don't get that many usually. It costs $30. There's a $50 deposit and there's a 10% non-refundable, I don't know, administrative fee or whatever. And I just want to get the board's approval by vote, to do that and have Tony pay for it out of our funds. And then we can talk next month about, ice and soda and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where is this gonna
I so moved.
Waialoa State Park is the wedding pavilion.
So not the last spot we were at, but the one
I
that's
don't
right
know,
next-
I don't know exactly where it is, but that's what it's called.
Isn't that the one that's first one there as you enter?
I think it's the first one. It actually, it might be the one at the far left when you're going in, but
Farthest.
stage left. We'll look into that a little more though, but that does sound good. At least it's already a spot that was found. We know the cost of it. Did you hear what Joe was talking about?
No.
As far as funding.
The Waialoa State Park for CQ World Trade SSD on October 26th. The wedding pavilion is available as of like about 45 minutes ago. It's 30 people. It's costs $30, a $50 deposit, and a 10% non-refundable, I think, administrative fee or whatever. So I would like to ask that the board approve that expense and authorize Tony to pay it.
So just a question, 10% of what?
I believe it took the $30, but they didn't say if it was part of the deposit or not. It's either $83 or $88 altogether, and we get $50 back. So at most, it's 38, 40 bucks.
All right, I move that we, approve the funding that Joe just went over. For the.
I second that motion.
That's to the county, right?
Good.
That's for the state.
State. Okay.
State.
Good. All right, Tony moved and William seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Quick question, William, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Good.
So I have a question for Joe and also for Tony. Did we receive the deposit back from the County of Hawaii Parks Department yet?
Affirmative, we got it.
Very good.
Said you had a question for me?
Yeah, it was a question for both of you. So
Oh,
Old business? Are you on the same document that I am?
August 2024.
what about,
But speaking of the,
the one program?
program. That was brought up, it was about the WW,
VH and GPS?
GPS time, keeping everything in sync for digital communications, getting a grip on that. That's why I brought the laptop too, so I at least have all of that. And then hopefully, William, could you have a little bit of it? Speaking of, time and whatnot.
yeah, I've got some anecdotes on using WWVH to do calibrations and rig alignment. I can throw that in there.
Okay, cool. So I think I have 2 GPS units with me. I left my Matchtastic bag at home, so that was going to be the other point where I had something to show. But other than that, we'll go over that. Joe?
I'm sorry, I'm nothing. When you traded committees with Les, right?
Yeah.
Which committee did Les take over?
Yeah, it was the, wow, how soon you forget, yeah.
PSCC.
Yeah.
Be with BPSC. Public
Yeah.
Service.
CC.
Yeah, that public service, that's right.
No report. All right. fair enough.
we have a program.
Was there anything
What
else?
what about for next month? Do we have a program for next month?
I know there was a list of wanted programs. Joe, do you remember what was next on that list there?
I gotta take a look, find it. I mean,
William, you were gonna invite someone to speak. Who was
Yeah,
that?
the chief engineer from WWVH, I have not yet corresponded with him. But that would be one that will probably be lined up a few months out. So don't forget that we've got 2 program sessions later this year where there are no programs, where we've got the November general membership meeting, which it's always nice to have a little bit of content in there, but it won't be a full program. And then December, we've got the holiday party. So we need to fill up the months before then. I can't commit to anything, of course, because I haven't even had a chance to talk to him yet. But if I can get him in for October, that'd be handy.
Okay, for September, I'm gonna need some time if we got it. I'd like to talk a little bit about the Aries set exercise.
Oh yeah, very good.
Let's see, what's the date of the next meeting?
That would be.
The 8th, September 8th.
Yeah, that should work out good.
I
But
got-
we need something else.
all right, so the list of things are, 2 times daily near Earth space experience, including weather balloons. I haven't seen the guy, but he said he'd give a talk / presentation. And on,
Who is that?
he was the guy who was here several months ago.
Okay, I'm looking
He's a
at.
tall guy. I forget his name. An online presentation from Ed Kong. Building projects such as antennas, balance, filters.
So wait, Ed Chong?
Ed Fong,
Chong?
the antenna guy,
What was his presentation?
about antennas. He does, presentations to ham clubs virtually.
Try and reach out to him again. He does do a good hour-long presentation on the roll-up J-pole, and he was the inventor of the J-pole antenna, or at least the one that tuned it and made it so it's doable at home with lateral and whatnot too. It's pretty interesting. He does a pretty good talk.
Sounds good to me.
Tracking for beginners, airplane, boats, balloons, etc. An art and mesh presentation, which we kind of did last month. All-star repeater system presentations.
What was the repeater system presentation?
You already did that, Tony.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so maybe tracking. Can we
Yeah, I'm sure
maybe
my
do
next
something
one's
with
far.
that?
Well, I think we already got September, don't you? I mean, if you can get the.
If I can't-
Ed Fong?
If I can't get Ed Fong, I can do a blurb on the radio tracking and radio sonding and all of that, and even show a bunch of it with the Hack RF.
Okay,
So
so
that is available
between
to
the
be
set
tracked.
and that should take up a program, yeah?
I mean, I could even show something about all the interference that's on a bunch of the ISM
So
bands.
what should I write down is what's gonna be?
Ed Fong is a primary. Thomas, you're gonna reach out.
Yep.
We're gonna have an Aries presentation for set. And then, as a backup, if Ed Fong doesn't make it, we'll do Thomas's. What do
Contingency
you want to
on,
call that?
balloon tracking, that little,
We'll say tracking.
yeah, tracking. So that wouldn't be too difficult.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
who was gonna do the tracking one?
I can't remember his name.
Somebody asked, for it to be done, but I don't remember who did volunteer to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was a few months back. Might be figure out a little later, but yeah.
Yeah, I might be able to tell you that.
All right,
Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, voice repeaters. Old business.
So I move to dissolve the ad hoc, committee that we set up to, select the meeting platform that allowed us to record and the video. We ended up, going with, I believe it's called Google Essentials. Basically, it's one account. It is the cheapest Google Workspace plan that they have. Right now I'm paying for it monthly. It's costing $10.46 a month. I plan to go ahead and pay the annual in the next 30 days, which will get it down to $9.99 a month. But it gives us a terabyte of online storage on the Google Workspace, but mainly it gives us the ability to record and download our meetings, and it gives us the meeting transcript.
Yes.
So I move we dissolve the ad hoc committee.
I'll second.
David second.
All in favor, just all.
I'd like to raise a point now. We've got 1 terabyte of storage, whereas we've only got a few megabytes of storage in the Dropbox. And maybe in the future, we want to look at consolidating everything into the Google Workspace platform and limiting the Dropbox.
Well, I would like to consolidate everything on the Google Workspace platform, but I really want to make sure that we have a backup mechanism because it's far too easy to delete things accidentally off of a Google Workspace folder, and even a whole folder. Working with Boan, I've had folders disappear before. And so I guess, what I've been doing is I've been making it local. I've just been downloading it to my local hard drive, but that's not a really good option. I'd rather have an online space where, if I died or I was incapacitated, other board members could get at it. So Dropbox might continue to be a reasonable option if we cleaned it up, that had, some space, or another option. But basically, we just need to take a periodic archive snapshot. Basically, you right click and you download, and it'll give you a zip file that you can put somewhere else in the cloud. So whether that's Dropbox, Dropbox could be used for that. Or we could use a personal workspace account. That would work.
This is a
Yeah, no,
redundancy.
it's just a thought about being able to consolidate everything, because that also helps with managing permissions and everything, because it's all through a single account in a single platform.
Yeah, it works really well. So do we need a motion to move our?
No.
Yeah, I can work with everybody on that. I plan to move the treasurer records. Right now it's on my personal workspace account, so I'll move it to the byart.board workspace account. I can work with you, Joe, to, anything secretary related.
Okay, well, we had a board policy in the past that the official archive was going to be in Dropbox. So if we get to the point to where we're moving official records somewhere other than the Dropbox, that will probably require a board motion. But at this time, I think it's too early to tell. I think maybe we ought to do a soft trial and maybe try to mirror the Dropbox into the Google Workspace and keep it mirrored for a while and just see how it goes.
Sounds good.
Because that'll still leave the Dropbox as the official archive for the time being. So we're still in compliance with the existing board policy.
All right, I'll work with everyone to make a mirror to the Google Workspace account, and we'll address this next month.
Good. All right. Any update on the ID cards and the logo and seals? Anybody had any luck with that? I know the history of it finally was it popped up, but
we did determine the author, or I guess I shouldn't say author, artist who did the existing logo. I just did a peruse back through the I guess we call it the Hamgram now. It wasn't always the Hamgram. It was called something different back then, but the club's official newsletter, and found the first appearance of it, and it was actually credited in that newsletter. I have not been able to determine whether that individual is Silent Key or not. their license is expired. I've asked Bob, our official club historian, if he knows, but he hasn't emailed me back yet. So maybe when he comes in person today, somebody can ask him about that individual.
He won't be here today.
Bob's not gonna be here, and we asked him at the last meeting and he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah, no, he didn't know who drew it, but now that we have the name, maybe he knows whether that person moved away or whether they're silent key. I know that their spouse is silent key, but I haven't been able to find reliable information on them. I found, 2 death records in Hawaii for that name, and neither one looks 100% to be them, but either one could be them. So, but I think that we're okay to continue using it. What we may want to do is just publish a blurb in the newsletter saying, hey, here's our logo. This is who authored it. We haven't been able to track them down. This is our official notice that we intend to continue to use and even modify this logo and, ensure that we have the intellectual property rights to it. On another topic, I have given a little bit of thought to a seal for the club, and I actually found a radio-related government seal. It is the FCC's seal. So I've thought about modifying their seal to use it as inspiration, but to make it distinctly BIARC. So I'm not much of an artist, but seals aren't exactly art, so that might be something I can actually do. It's kind of dry and scientific. So I'm hoping maybe if I get a little bit of spare time, I can bring that back to the next meeting. I have questions out to 2 different agencies about printing cards for us. I haven't heard back from either agency yet, but both have actually been very busy since I asked them a couple weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure they got it and then immediately forgot. So I'll follow up with them. And I also found out that they are available to be printed through Office Depot for $13 a piece. So quite a few options there.
Would that be a photo ID?
Yes, that's a plastic photo ID printed single side. It costs more if you want printing on the back as well, but
Is it a laminated paper or?
no, it's a plastic ID card with a punch for the hanger and all that.
Yeah.
So, the effort is ongoing. That's the update on my end.
Thanks, William.
Thanks, William.
Oh, I would like the board, it doesn't need a vote, but I just want to run it through everyone on the board. Is everyone fine with me reaching out to the FCC and asking if I can base our seal off of theirs?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. I just wanted to run it past all the minds in the room and make sure that nobody saw an issue with it.
Yeah. Great.
Rather ask and hear about it now as opposed to get cards. And
Hear
then
it
have
from their lawyer later. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see.
Very good.
Donated items.
Oh, there was one more thing for old business though. I'm still working on migrating the Discord out of my The Geekiest Guy Discord to the BIARC one. I did make a new BIARC dedicated page, but I still have to migrate everything. I don't want to lose all the conversations and everything that's already done because that's quite a bit already in the few months that we've been using it. You guys, that could be valuable info in a few months. And the whole reason that I made it was so we didn't lose that, especially in like emails or anything. But I just figured let you guys know a heads up.
Do you have a decent way of doing that?
I do. I found a plugin for my computer, so I'm going to go ahead and try and pull the trigger on that and cloning that repository, everything in it. I just want everything, and then make it so everybody on the board is at least able to modify it.
Yeah, my stance on it is that, it's better off to move it even if we're going to lose it now. So if during the process, you come to a step and you think you're going to lose the data and you don't know whether to pull the trigger, my take is go ahead and pull the trigger. Let's lose the data if we have to and start fresh, because the longer we go on, the more painful it is to lose this starting data. And it's good stuff there, but it's actually not all that much. So
Can we get it under
It is.
an account, like a BIARC account, a general?
Yeah. Action. Then I was hoping, well, I mean, we can change the actual seal and everything when we find the seal. If not, I'll just stick with the BIARC picture, that circle that I have for now.
I'm thinking the biarc.board@gmail.com account. That's,
I can attach that to that.
the
Yeah,
standard.
yeah, because then
Yeah,
everybody
why
can log into it and everything.
We've also got the BIARC treasurer account. That's just for the treasurer.
Mm.
Seems like the board account would be the proper one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not that it's germane to the conversation, but I'd like to remind you, we also have a trustee account.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So, well, and actually that may play back to the other conversation that if we need another account to store an archive backup in, we also have the Gmail account for the KH6EJ trustee.
Yeah, I like that option, William. Good. That's a good option. Good.
Okay, so let's touch base on that. I'll keep you guys apprised how fast that is. Hopefully it doesn't take 6 hours and the kid needs to do it.
So when that has been done, can we open it up to more than just the board?
We should be able to, but I would just like to remind everybody not to share any it's just like not sharing any vital information.
So vital records are gonna be, right now they're on Dropbox. Our intent is to move them to the new Google Workspace. But Discord is not the spot for sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, don't put your passwords and stuff out there. Don't put your network topologies out there, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for club passwords, currently the Dropbox, but then whatever go forward option for our archive is, that's the appropriate place for that.
So where are we as in terms of once we get the new Discord going? Can we let anybody in the club have access?
I don't see why not. I mean,
Any club member?
it was originally intended to be a board thing, but yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. They would just have to. I'm pretty sure I found a way to make a link that doesn't expire, and if it does,
Well, we
a
can
member
still all
comes.
give it. It's
Yeah.
easy to do it late.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
Yeah, I mean the
Have the
whole impetus behind this was that we were having so many forks from email threads on topics that were, sometimes committee related, but sometimes beyond committees and stuff like that. And it was hard to go back and find stuff that was discussed. So I mean, I see absolutely no reason why we can't let the membership as a whole, in on that. Now I did propose last meeting that we had committee specific topics, but that those topics were just simply there to be outward facing so that, status updates and stuff could be posted.
yeah, doable. And then I think there is another way to add another channel as a subset that's only available to board members. So that's also a possibility, just in case.
Yeah, I still prefer to have all that stuff visible to everybody, though.
Okay.
Transparency is great.
So can I just have before you guys about Discord? My impression of Discord, especially from the committee point of view, was that a good deal.
Right.
Discord is a chat room. When I think of Discord, I think of AOL and CompuServe.
Oh, wow.
Who knows about that? Oh, yeah. Who's one you have to get some reactions?
That was the
eWorld. But having this area, and then before there even existed a GUI, as to how geeks would communicate with the through first class mail or through some BBS, or it's just another form of communication on a GUI. I have like James has been been calling me out on the email. I'm not an email person. I'm kind of past that. So I'd like to see the club make Discord, make it as promote it, market it, make it something that people want to go out and find an answer on.
Yeah.
So, however, you can segment this stuff, and there's lots of templates. Our HRCC has stuff. They're very big. There are a number of ways to run this app, and honestly, you can run it. I'm going to go you can go way beyond this little beginning that BIARC has. And in order for the committee that I am supposed to be part of to do something effective, we need something like Discord.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm rudderless nowadays. So that's just my thought.
Yeah, no, that's why it'll be open. And yeah.
Open it up, man.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Right. That was just me
No,
updating too.
I just like to see, because I'm here for partially that conversation about the committee, so with you guys, the board.
Great. New business.
Accepted of donated items. So, there's two issues there. W6EMN Jim, he has a repeater, and we've already accepted this. It was more than a year ago, maybe 2 years by now. He wants to transfer it today. He's bringing it. So I am perfectly willing to take it and store it at my QTH, or if the board wants us to do something else. Let me know.
Just want to throw this out, you guys. Jane Huntley, FQI. Him and I have been talking a little story on the email, trying to get him on Discord about GMRS, right? We're ready to go repeater on it. There's this other, he has this thing going on there, but we're just wanting to go right to repeater. So not that would apply to this repeater, but just be aware of what we're trying to build
Back
out.
to the topic at hand.
No, okay, it doesn't apply then.
So
Yeah, so this repeater wouldn't be appropriate for GMRS. First, it's a VHF repeater.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't sure how, we
Yes.
just want to get something going.
yeah, second, it's also not eligible for FCC Part 95 operation, but
So what do we want to do with this repeater? Shall I
Tony,
store
I
it?
think it'd be great if you grab it and take it to the club storage that you've so graciously offered. I still have other club repeaters and stuff that I need to bring over to that storage, so I think it'd be good to start consolidating it there. That's part of the reason I'd never grabbed it from him. I didn't have a place to store it.
Got it. So second topic, Daryl, K6RDO. He showed me a box of equipment that he wanted, that was to be donated to Bayard anonymously. It looked like there was an amplifier in there with tubes. I told him, make me a list and then we'll vote on it. He didn't make the list. So I don't know if we have the storage space now. I'm suggesting that maybe we just do a blanket approval of what K6RDO is bringing to the club from the anonymous donor and all inventory it. It doesn't look like he's been able to.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because and even just that amplifier, it probably needs to be refurbed. The club actually had a donation of a second or another amplifier that needed refurbishment, and we haven't gotten through that one yet. But I think those would make great items for the silent auction that we do towards funding future club purchases and stuff. So I see no reason not to.
So I move that we accept the anonymous equipment donation that's being offered through Daryl K6RDO.
Seconds. All in favor?
Second. Mark,
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you for going through that. I do have a box of a big box of what's it called, tubes for set amplifiers. So at least we have spare parts for later.
Thomas?
Yeah.
If I could interject, just when Mr. Huntley left, he bequeathed his WinLink repeater to me.
Yeah.
And I subsequently donated it to the club, but it's sitting collecting dust at this point. And I'd like to get it back into the repeater committee or
Get it up and running.
get it up and running.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And,
That would be nice.
So if I can,
Yeah, so that'd be digital systems, and
distance, yeah,
That's what
okay.
I'm here for. Okay,
It
to
has
have a talk with
DRA
you
board,
guys.
doesn't it? You know what interface it has, digital to analog?
It's got a, yeah, sound card, it's, got a, yeah, sound card mounted on a board.
Since that board is now by our property,
Yeah,
I suggest that we go ahead and just allocate that whole thing to the Digital Systems Committee.
Yeah.
And let them decide.
I've added a screen and a keyboard and a few elements that are also included in that,
Now,
I think it might make a good item for a club presentation at some point. Maybe not for a whole program, but I think if we could get the thing up and running and connect it to the internet at the or to a separate internet connection, like one of my hotspots or something at the senior center, and we could pass traffic into it live and let people see the other side of what they're connecting to,
where I'm
because
going
it's all
with
on one nice board.
the analog to digital interface that right now is collecting dust, Digital Systems can start make use of that right away.
Yeah.
And Aries has already offered us a free analog to digital interface if we use it in a WindLink station deployment, right? So the one that we've already got could be used on a voice repeater deployment. We can get a free one from Aries for the WindLink station.
So,
okay.
street guys want to hear my opinion?
Absolutely.
William?
Yes.
Okay. Being the committee chairman, I think it's all good. Of course, it takes people to make that happen. I am not that interested in Winley. I'm sorry to say, being the committee person. But I like its use and I use Winley. So let me just put that aside. I've been building on other things personally, in my own personal projects. When I'm here with you guys today, as the committee chair, is I feel rather rudderless. I hear a lot of projects, some of which kind of died a bit, that being the dishes, the kale. So I want to ask you guys what we can do to ask people to get more involved in digital, not just come up with a bunch of ideas for digital. I'm doing digital. You can't believe the digital. AWS, I'm going to get that. I can provide storage that makes, because I'm going to get certified. I'm doing a lot of stuff personally, but I want this to interpret out through the committee and into the people. There's a lot of text that got licensed
So we
lately.
need to
Where are
ask
these people?
specific people
Let
to
me
do
finish
specific
just,
things.
let me finish my thought, okay? Because I'm not, I'll forget a lot of what I'm saying. So what I want to propose is partly too with Discord is try to figure out a way. It's not just this meeting, over the next month, how to bring this up a notch. Because every month I come here and I really don't have much to say with the committee as far as its direction. I can say a lot personally. There's a lot of inroads, conversations between you and me. James, believe it or not, we talk story via email. Get him on Discord, then you'll see some movement. But if you look on Discord, how many people have posted on Discord? Let's do a ratio thing. The most. Me. I do try to bring up involvement. And you guys are all cool. But I gotta figure out, and I need the old hands and everyone else, if you want this to, I want projects. I want RF on digital, and it goes back to that repeater. I have little Sherry Pie going right now. I have 9 servers at home. I want a repeater on one of those. So that's a use, but I don't want to do the one that just do all the work. I want you guys all to participate. So that's what I'm here for with the board. It's how we can do that.
And I hear you, Sean, because this has been what we've struggled with for a couple of years now.
There's a lot of things that text can do to help build out digital. And when Doug comes back, part of that connection with the repeater stuff is try to get on his tower somehow to get a link going. That would be WA6GXC, not GMRS. You know, so that's what I'm here for today.
Yeah.
Let you guys chew on it.
During
I
the,
don't, you know.
during the program, or right before the program, maybe actually reach out to the whole group, whoever it comes in.
Yeah, I was asking you, do you guys want me to stick around? I have my dog and my truck, so I don't know how to present this. I think what I'm hearing from you, Nate, is that you gotta get Discord going. But I'm ready to, like, you know, I actually sent out, not knowing, some emails to some people who are kind of working on side projects with me, saying, hey, let's go to Discord, see if we can bring any more conversation into this. Because one of the things I'm doing is Meshtastic too, and I have equipment for that, and I'm wiring that on there. I have some ideas, but you know, and I can do alone. You know how being a ham is. But I'm here with you guys today to make the community happen. So let me know what I can do. I need some guidance, and I through the Discord, baby. Give me it through. You know, I don't not like. Blah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's anyone have any questions for me?
No, I'm just going to say that this is your frustration is the same frustration we've been facing for months.
And also, we're probably gonna wanna do a digital systems meeting. And,
Yeah, we can do it through the Discord too.
yeah.
One of the things I do, and I forget to bring this up because William approved this, and this with I'm thinking of AWS. I would love to see digital systems, our call sign KH6EG on a hub in Honolulu, like I've been working for myself personally. It's kind of the foundation by which I want to build the architecture that has scalability through AWS, not so much these drop boxes or these other little things that, you know, but I have to do some training to those guys. I think you're aware of AWS before they even let you play with their stuff. So I'm going to bite the bullet. It's going to take a little bit, but that's a forward thinking thought for you guys. And I know William and a few of you guys are geeky enough around here to know where I'm going with that. So it's about $100 a year. I think I brought that up to $5 a month to run a cloud server in the meantime. But I would do is move that to AWS or some sort of cloud situation, say even in say Gmail. I do this stuff myself. You know, I have even a VPN server and a bunch of other things. So, but that all can happen in a conversation with Discord.
Yeah.
You know,
But I have to just transfer the whole Discord.
Yeah, I guess. Because I have an
That way we can actually figure out that.
NGINX servers. I have 4 web servers that need development that can create failover on. So I've gone to the extreme, and yeah, it'd be nice to have some input.
Yep. I'll
All
get
right, you
I'll
guys.
get on the Discord part of it.
Is that-
Probably later today.
That makes sense.
That was actually it. I mean, was there any other business?
I've got one item.
All right, Billy.
So, something that we have to look at every year about this time is that we have the November meeting coming up, and we have to have an election during that meeting. And it looks like we have 3 vacancies that we will have to fill because we've got 3 terms that are expiring. Joe, Thomas, and David. So we're going to have to do, the whole nominations and election process like we've had to do every year. So we probably need to start thinking about facilitating that now because that November meeting is right around the corner and we only have a couple of board meetings between now and then.
I thought I was locked into 2 years. Yeah. Tony.
I move that we form an ad hoc nominating committee and appoint William as chair, and I volunteer to be on that committee. Joe seconds.
All in favor? Yeah. All right.
All right.
William.
So William, I'm well positioned to send any email out to all the membership. So if you can draft something, a plea, I'll send it out.
Okay, very good. And yeah, so I heard what you said, Thomas, and I'm just taking the term expirations out of the agenda. So I'm assuming that those are correct, but we can verify that.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else to add, hope that we actually adjourn until the program.
I'll second that.
All in favor of adjourning?
All
All
right.
right.
Okay, William, I'm gonna close the meeting.
Okay, very good. I'll see you in the next one.
Well,
I want to see if how I can hook the speaker up here to the.
About it. Joe, what's on the program today?
Actually,